bright acoustic picking, gentle and slow. You stand beside the blackboard with the eraser in hand, washing away the lessons we could barely understand. The late sun spilling through the open window frame, illuminating everything before I call your name. You sweep the cotton across the slate so deep, waking up the little stars from their quiet sleep. A breathy tenor vocal floating in the haze, caught inside the magic of vintage autumn days. Oh, we are dancing in the chalk dust today, watching the powdery snowflakes twirl and play, suspended in the sunlight like a gentle warm embrace, a youthful tender memory no winter can erase, with the lush and velvet reverb softly carrying the tune, falling in love inside an empty afternoon. I rest my heavy chin upon the corner of the wood, just watching you breathe exactly where you stood. A soft male vocal humming as the particles rise, painting a sudden galaxy right before my eyes. We don't need a single word to understand the scene, lost inside the quiet space of sweet 19. You sweep the cotton across the slate so deep, waking up the little stars from their quiet sleep. A breathy tenor vocal floating in the haze, caught inside the magic of vintage autumn days. Oh, we are dancing in the chalk dust today, watching the powdery snowflakes twirl and play, suspended in the sunlight like a gentle warm embrace, a youthful tender memory no winter can erase, with the lush and velvet reverb softly carrying the tune, falling in love inside an empty afternoon.
Bright acoustic picking through the ivy on the stone, before the rushing era of a pocket-carried phone. I sat upon the marble of the central reading hall, just watching for your shadow by the heavy wooden door. A breathy tenor holding on to nothing but a time, a beautifully uncertain, sweet and vintage paradigm. The granite block was freezing in the early evening breeze, but I had a burning patience that the winter couldn't freeze. A velvety devotion case. It was the coldest seating, but the hottest fire of my youth, an innocent devotion and a simple kind of truth. Waiting for a miracle to walk into the light, turning every quiet hour into something shining bright. I brought a paperback to read, but never turned a page, just captivated fully by our romantic stage. The warm, soft carrying across the quiet square, I memorized the rhythm of the people walking there, counting every second till your smiling face appeared, washing out the loneliness that I had ever feared. The granite block was freezing in the early evening breeze, but I had a burning patience that the winter couldn't freeze, a velvety devotion in a world that moves so slow, trusting in a promise from a lifetime long ago. Oh, those steps of the old library held my brightest days, lost inside a lush and tender nostalgic haze. It was the coldest seating, but the hottest fire of my youth, an innocent devotion and a simple kind of truth. Waiting for a miracle to walk into the light, turning every quiet hour into something shining bright.
Leaving the heavy textbooks resting on the wooden floor, I gently slip away behind the heavy campus door, finding a blanket of green beneath the golden fan leaves, a bright acoustic picking swaying on the lazy breeze. The distant lecture fading into just a quiet hum, letting the sweet and sleepy afternoon finally come. The yellow canopy dances, casting shadows on my face, a breathy tenor melody slowing down the frantic pace, closing my heavy eyelids to a velvet lush reverb, finding a warm sanctuary I don't want to disturb. Oh, I am napping under the ancient Ginkgo tree, floating adrift inside a warm and golden sea, the dappled sunlight strumming like a lazy guitar string, a peaceful campus memory where the softest breezes sing, trading a complicated world for a gentle healing sleep, a beautiful and quiet weekend promise I will keep. My canvas backpack makes a pillow on the emerald ground, the rushing of the students is a softly muffled sound, fluttering descent of yellow painting up the sky. The most forgiving hour simply floating gently by. I let my busy worries melt into the roots below, embracing all the quiet that this resting place can show. The yellow canopy dances, casting shadows on my face, a breathy tenor melody slowing down the frantic pace, closing my heavy eyelids to a velvet lush reverb, finding a warm sanctuary I don't want to disturb. Oh, I am napping under the ancient Ginkgo tree, floating adrift inside a warm and golden sea. The dappled sunlight strumming like a lazy guitar string, a peaceful campus memory where the softest breezes sing, trading a complicated world for a gentle healing sleep. A beautiful and quiet weekend, promise I will keep.
Rattling down a rusted railway to the country dark, leaving the city lines behind to chase a wilder spark. A bright acoustic picking by the crackling cedar wood. We sang until our voices broke, believing that we could hold the rushing era in the grip of clumsy hands. Two inexperienced lovers dreaming on the rural lands. A breathy tenor carrying the laughter of the night. We fed the hungry kindling just to keep the shadows bright. Every flying ember was a promise we would make, a sweet and foolish endlessness we swore we'd never break. Oh, we were watching the sparks from the campfire rise, painting a burning constellation in your eyes. The glowing red ashes dancing wild and free, a fleeting beautiful youth for you and me, wrapped in a lush reverb and a velvety embrace, believing our clumsy love would never leave this place. The timber popped and hissed into the chilly midnight air. I caught a flicker of the firelight woven in your hair. A warm nostalgic melody was floating from the strings. We didn't know the fragility of temporary things, just soaking in the radiance of a newly lit desire, feeding our teenage certainty straight into the fire. A breathy tenor carrying the laughter of the night. We fed the hungry kindling just to keep the shadows bright. Every flying ember was a promise we would make, a sweet and foolish endlessness we swore we'd never break. Oh, we were watching the sparks from the campfire rise, painting a burning constellation in your eyes. The glowing red ashes dancing wild and free, a fleeting beautiful youth for you and me, wrapped in a lush reverb and a velvety embrace, believing our clumsy love would never leave this place.
We played the strings until the street lamps started to hum, waiting on the frozen concrete for the midnight transit to come. The quiet sidewalk shared our final fading tune, underneath the pale and hazy halo of the moon. You tucked your freezing fingertips right inside my coat, swallowing the goodbye trapped inside my throat. A gentle picking melody lingering in the chill, while the sleeping avenues are beautifully still. We weave our palms together, afraid to break the hold, a sudden rush of warmth against the shivering cold. Oh, here come the yellow headlights of the last bus, cutting through the heavy dark to finally find us. A pair of glowing eyes washing over the empty street, making this reluctant parting beautifully sweet. A breathy tenor holding on to your fading touch, loving this late night waiting just a little too much. I hear the distant rumble echoing down the lane, a heavy engine washing out the acoustic refrain, the blinding golden circle sweeping over your face, freezing this lovely second in an endless grace. We squeeze a little tighter as the air breaks side, wishing we could ignore the metal pulling by. A gentle picking melody lingering in the chill, while the sleeping avenues are beautifully still. We weave our palms together, afraid to break the hold, a sudden rush of warmth against the shivering cold. Oh, here come the yellow headlights of the last bus, cutting through the heavy dark to finally find us. A pair of glowing eyes washing over the empty street, this reluctant parting beautifully sweet, a breathy tenor holding on to your fading touch, loving this late night waiting just a little too much.
The mellow piano hums a soothing autumn tune beneath the quiet glow of a hazy harvest moon. I remember wrestling with the heavy copper wire, pushing through the aching for a beautiful desire, trading my tender skin for a rugged kind of grace, just to sing a single melody to your face. My trembling voice might occasionally break, but listen to the honest sacrifice I had to make. A natural devotion, completely unrefined, leaving all my softer and easier days behind. Oh, look at the calluses on my fingertips before the romantic confession ever leaves my lips. These hardened ridges are a diary of my care, hours of pressing strings just to show you I am there. It's an awkward serenade with a breathy velvet tone, but these rough and heavy hands are yours alone. The lush reverb carries every little mistake, but I wouldn't hide a single stumble that I make. I rub my fingers raw against the stubborn steel, hoping you could understand exactly how I feel. A sincere emotional offering, born in the dark, leaving a permanent and undeniable mark. My trembling voice might occasionally break, but listen to the honest sacrifice I had to make. A natural devotion, completely unrefined, leaving all my softer and easier days behind. Oh, look at the calluses on my fingertips before the romantic confession ever leaves my lips. These hardened ridges are a diary of my care, hours of pressing strings just to show you I am there. It's an awkward serenade with a breathy velvet tone, but these rough and heavy hands are yours alone.
The professor's drone is fading in the heavy afternoon, a mellow piano playing like a lazy quiet tune. I quietly rip a corner from my spot spiral-bound page and scribble a silly secret for my personal stage. Sitting in the back row, waiting for the perfect breeze to send my little message through the academic seas. A smooth and breathy whisper hiding in the gray. No complicated logic, just a boy who wants to play. I crease the college paper into fragile little wings, imagining the laughter that this tiny vessel brings. Oh, my folded paper airplanes flying through the hall, gliding past the wooden benches, answering the call. A tender soaring arc across the dusty autumn light, aiming for your shoulder in a slow and graceful flight. A sincere and romantic journey, navigating the air, carrying my heart to the girl with the sunlit hair. The lush reverb is echoing the ticking of the clock, while I watch my silent pilot carefully undock. You are sitting in the front, staring at the dreary board, unaware of the treasure that my messy handwriting stored. A gentle pitch variation in my nervous beating chest, hoping that this quiet joke is better than the rest. A smooth and breathy whisper hiding in the gray. No complicated logic, just a boy who wants to play. I crease the college paper into fragile little wings, imagining the laughter that this tiny vessel brings. Oh, my folded paper airplanes flying through the hall, gliding past the wooden benches, answering the call. A tender soaring arc across the dusty autumn light, aiming for your shoulder in a slow and graceful flight. A sincere and romantic journey, navigating the air, carrying my heart to the girl with the sunlit hair.
Three silver coins dropping in the rusted slot, a mellow piano playing, warming up the spot. A paper cup descends into the glowing tray, chasing the bitter chill of the late season away. We huddle closer on this narrow iron seat, waiting for the nutty brew to bring the heat. A breathy velvet vocal cutting through the cold, a modest little story beautifully unrolled. Our shivering hands wrapped around the fragile rim, while the frozen streetlights slowly grow dim. Oh, Watch the steam from the vending machine rise, reflecting all the tender secrets in your eyes. A soothing cup of warm and roasted sweet grain, sheltering our beating hearts from any pain. A sincere and honest whisper in the frosty air, the absolute warmest moment we could ever share. We don't need a fancy parlor or a burning grate, just a natural conversation on a quiet date, sharing tiny sips and laughing at a clumsy joke, hidden in a cloud of sweet and sugary smoke. The lush reverb of the night, catching every word, the most romantic melody I have ever heard. A breathy velvet vocal cutting through the cold, a modest little story beautifully unrolled. Our shivering hands wrapped around the fragile rim, while the frozen street lights slowly grow dim. Oh, watch the steam from the vending machine rise, reflecting all the tender secrets in your eyes. A soothing cup of warm and roasted sweet grain, sheltering our beating hearts from any pain. A sincere and honest whisper in the frosty air, the absolute warmest moment we could ever share. Just you and me, holding this paper cup, watching the gentle vapor floating up, a mellow piano fading in the winter night.
I had a head full of rhymes, but holes in my shoes. No silver to spend on a six-string muse. An older friend handed me a battered old frame with scratches and dents that I couldn't name. A bright mellow piano starts to play along as I touch the borrowed wood to find my song. It wasn't my name on the faded spruce, but it offered a warm and tender truce. A breathy velvet vocal starts to swell, pulling magic from the hollow wooden bell. I'll listen to the echoes from a borrowed guitar, catching a melody like a falling star. I didn't own the timber, I didn't buy the wood, but it resonated deeper than a rich man could. A sincere emotional offering, born in the grain, singing my brightest youth through the gentle rain. The varnish was peeling around the curved side, but it became the place where my secrets would hide. Plucking the nylon with a natural shaky pitch, feeling like an artist who was suddenly rich. A soothing companion for a penniless boy, turning my empty room into a palace of joy. It wasn't my name on the faded spruce, but it offered a warm and tender truce. A breathy velvet vocal starts to swell, pulling magic from the hollow wooden bell. Listen to the echoes from a borrowed guitar, catching a melody like a falling star. I didn't own the timber, I didn't buy the wood, but it resonated deeper than a rich man could. A sincere emotional offering, born in the grain, singing my brightest youth through the gentle rain. A lush river fading into the autumn haze, thanking that borrowed friend for my greatest days. Smooth male vocals whisper to the hollow chest, of all the instruments I held, you were the best.
The hallway's quiet in the golden autumn haze, walking to the studio in a nervous, quiet daze. A bright mellow piano echoes in my beating chest, putting my frightened, breathless courage to the test. My fingers wrap around the heavy, cold brass ring, praying that you're inside, waiting in the wing. A natural pitch variation in the sigh I try to hide, slowly turning the metal, wondering who is inside. The heavy lock surrenders with a gentle, rusty sound, the most romantic threshold that I have ever found. Oh, turning the brass doorknob into a brand new world, where a vintage vinyl melody is beautifully unfurled. The needle hits the groove with a warm, nostalgic hiss, and your sudden shining smile hits me like a kiss. A breathy velvet vocal pouring through the open space, a cinematic autumn moment frozen on your face. The broadcasting room is bathed in a tender amber glow. I stand completely still, with nowhere else to go. Smooth male vocal spinning from the turntable platter. Every other worry suddenly ceases to matter. You look up from the records with a welcoming soft light, making everything inside this clumsy heart feel right. A natural pitch variation in the sigh I try to hide, slowly turning the metal, wondering who is inside. The heavy lock surrenders with a gentle rusty sound, the most romantic threshold that I have ever found. Oh, turning the brass doorknob into a brand new world, where a vintage vinyl melody is beautifully unfurled. The needle hits the groove with a warm nostalgic hiss, and your sudden shining smile hits me like a kiss. A breathy velvet vocal pouring through the open space, a cinematic autumn moment frozen on your face.
A mellow piano plays against the morning chill, racing the clock up the heavy slanted hill. My lungs were burning in the golden early light, trying to keep your distant silhouette in sight. A breathy velvet vocal chasing down the time, just a foolish boy committed to the daily climb. The gradient was harsh, the autumn air was cold, but those frantic mornings were a story to be told. A natural devotion in the rhythm of my pace, just to see the morning sun illuminate your face. Oh, leaving footprints on the steep hill of my youth, a breathless journey for a simple, honest truth. Smooth male vocals rising in the quiet morning dew. Every exhausted step was just a path to you. A sincere and soothing memory painted in my mind, the most devoted trails that I will ever leave behind. Never caught up to the rhythm of your stride, but walking right behind you was my secret pride. The lush reverb of the distant campus bell, ringing through the valley like a magic golden spell. I didn't mind the aching in my weary trembling feet, because this uphill struggle felt so beautifully sweet. The gradient was harsh, the autumn air was cold, But those frantic mornings were a story to be told, a natural devotion in the rhythm of my pace, just to see the morning sun illuminate your face. Oh, leaving footprints on the steep hill of my youth, a breathless journey for a simple, honest truth. Smooth male vocals rising in the quiet morning dew. Every exhausted step was just a path to you, a sincere and soothing memory painted in my mind, the most devoted trails that I will ever leave behind.
Massive spine resting heavy on my knees, lost inside a forest of 1,000 fragile leaves. A mellow piano guides the quiet afternoon, while fluorescent ink glows like a tiny neon moon. I'm supposed to find the meaning of a foreign word, but my academic focus is completely blurred. I peek above the cover just to catch your eye, a natural and nervous, beautifully shy reply. The translations blur together in the autumn light, because your smiling profile is my favorite sight. Oh, flipping the heavy dictionary page by page, a rustling rhythm on a quiet, dusty stage. Swish, flutter goes the paper in the gentle air, a breathy velvet chorus floating towards your chair. I can't translate the feelings beating in my chest, so I let the soothing whisper of the pages do the rest.
A smooth male vocal humming down the wooden aisle, measuring the distance of your captivating smile. My thumb releases chapters in a sudden cascade, a symphony of paper in the corner we have made.
Who needs a proper lexicon to understand this grace, when the only definition that I want is on your face? I peek above the cover just to catch your eye, a natural and nervous, beautifully shy reply. The translations blur together in the autumn light, because your smiling profile is my favorite sight. Oh, flipping the heavy dictionary page by page, a rustling rhythm on a quiet, dusty stage. Swish, flutter goes the paper in the gentle air, a breathy velvet chorus floating towards your chair. I can't translate the feelings beating in my chest, so I let the soothing whisper of the pages do the rest. The professor's lecture fades to a static hum. A mellow piano playing like a gentle drum. I press a simple ballpoint to the rigid white, tracing the curve of your jaw. In the autumn light, the printed semester schedule drifts into space as I map the quiet geography of your face. A breathy velvet vocal whispers in the room, while navy blue ink begins to gently bloom. It's a clumsy illustration of a perfect view, a silent private masterpiece, consisting just of you. Oh, making sketches on the syllabus today, while the heavy formal theories slowly wash away. A smooth male vocal carrying my tender lines, hiding all my affection in these rough designs. No auto-tune to fix this honest, shaky art, just a raw and faithful drawing from a beating heart. The lush reverb echoes off the ceiling beam, while I capture your eyelashes in a waking dream, shading the gentle shadow falling on your cheek, speaking a language that a textbook cannot speak. A natural pitch variation in my steady hand, building a romantic world that only we understand. A breathy velvet vocal whispers in the room, while navy blue ink begins to gently bloom. It's a clumsy illustration of a perfect view, a silent private masterpiece, consisting just of you. Oh, making sketches on the syllabus today, while the heavy formal theories slowly wash away. A smooth male vocal carrying my tender lines, hiding all my affection in these rough designs. No auto-tune to fix this honest, shaky art, just a raw and faithful drawing from a beating heart.
The midday sun is pouring on the open square, a bright mellow piano floating in the air. We walk together on the sunlit paving stones, leaving behind the heavy and demanding tones. The bronze bell wakes and echoes from the towering spire, setting this carefree golden afternoon on fire. Our silhouettes are shrinking right beneath our shoes, hiding away the morning's complicated blues. A breathy velvet vocal catching every chime, lost in the magic of a transparent time. Oh, the shadows of the clock tower disappear, leaving a perfectly illuminated atmosphere. We step on our outlines in the radiant light, where every single worry simply takes its flight. A smooth male Vulcan sky, watching the most beautiful and peaceful moments fly. A natural pitch variation in my steady hum, moving in sync without the beating of a drum. The lush reverb is dancing on the cobblestone, knowing that neither of us walks this path alone. We laugh as the chimes declare the middle of the day, washing the anxious, heavy yesterdays away. Our silhouettes are shrinking right beneath our shoes, hiding away the morning's complicated blues. A breathy velvet vocal catching every chime, lost in the magic of a transparent time. Oh, the shadows of the clock tower disappear, leaving a perfectly illuminated atmosphere. We step on our outlines in the radiant light, where every single worry simply takes its flight. A smooth male Vulcan sky, watching the most beautiful and peaceful moments fly. The magnetic ribbon stretched and lost its gentle pace. A bright, mellow piano fading in this quiet space. I hold the plastic shell and grab my everyday pen to physically bring our favorite melody back again. A manual devotion on a peaceful autumn day, taking the time to save the chords we used to play. I twist the plastic barrel through the center of the wheel, a breathy velvet vocal humming just to match the feel. It's a slow and clumsy circle, a deliberate kind of art, winding up the tangled strings that tie into my heart. Oh, rewinding the tape with a pen in my hand, a tender, soothing ritual only we could understand. To fix the music, no automatic spin,
Just a smooth male vocal waiting where the memories begin. We built our analog romance on a slow, intentional turn, gathering the warm, nostalgic lessons that we learned.
The lush reverb is resting while the tiny spools rotate. I never mind the effort, and I never mind the weight. A natural pitch variation when the song comes back to life. A sincere emotional rescue cutting through the strife.
The subtle little tape hiss is a promise that I keep, a quiet and peaceful rhythm singing us to sleep. I twist the plastic barrel through the center of the wheel, a breathy velvet vocal humming just to match the feel. It's a slow and clumsy circle, a deliberate kind of art, winding up the tangled strings that tie into my heart. Oh, rewinding the tape with a pen in my hand, a tender, soothing ritual only we could understand. No rush to fix the music, no automatic spin, just a smooth male vocal waiting where the memories begin. We built our analog romance on a slow, intentional turn, gathering the warm, nostalgic lessons that we learned.
The wooden desks are quiet in the afternoon glow. A bright acoustic picking, gentle and slow. You stand beside the blackboard with the eraser in hand, washing away the lessons we could barely understand. The late sun spilling through the open window frame, illuminating everything before I call your name. You sweep the cotton across the slate so deep, waking up the little stars from their quiet sleep. A breathy tenor vocal floating in the haze, caught inside the magic of vintage autumn days. Oh, we are dancing in the chalk dust today, watching the powdery snowflakes twirl and play, suspended in the sunlight like a gentle warm embrace, a youthful tender memory no winter can erase. With the lush and velvet reverb softly carrying the tune, falling in love inside an empty afternoon. I rest my heavy chin upon the corner of the wood, just watching you breathe exactly where you stood. A soft male vocal humming as the particles rise, painting a sudden galaxy right before my eyes. We don't need a single word to understand the scene, lost inside the quiet space of sweet 19. You sweep the cotton across the slate so deep, waking up the little stars from their quiet sleep. A breathy tenor vocal floating in the haze, caught inside the magic of a vintage autumn days. Oh, we are dancing in the chalk dust today, watching the powdery snowflakes twirl and play, suspended in the sunlight like a gentle warm embrace, a youthful tender memory no winter can erase, with a lush and velvet reverb softly carrying the tune, falling in love inside an empty afternoon.
Bright acoustic picking through the ivy on the stone, before the rushing era of a pocket-carried phone. I sat upon the marble of the central reading hall, just watching for your shadow by the heavy wooden door. A breathy tenor holding on to nothing but a time, a beautifully uncertain, sweet and vintage paradigm. The granite block was freezing in the early evening breeze, but I had a burning patience that the winter couldn't freeze, a velvety devotion in a world that moves so slow, trusting in a promise from a lifetime long ago. Oh, those steps of the old library held my brightest days, lost inside a lush and tender nostalgic haze. It was the coldest seating, but the hottest fire of my youth, an innocent devotion and a simple kind of truth, waiting for a miracle to walk into the light, turning every quiet hour into something shining bright. I brought a paper back to read, but never turned a page, just captivated fully by our romantic stage. The warm, soft carrying across the quiet square, I memorized the rhythm of the people walking there, counting every second till your smiling face appeared, washing out the loneliness that I had ever feared. The granite block was freezing in the early evening breeze, but I had a burning patience that the winter couldn't freeze, a velvety devotion in a world that moves so slow, trusting in a promise from a lifetime long steps of the old library held my brightest days, lost inside a lush and tender nostalgic haze. It was the coldest eating, but the hottest fire of my youth, an innocent devotion and a simple kind of truth, waiting for a miracle to walk into the light, turning every quiet hour into something shining bright.
Leaving the heavy textbooks resting on the wooden floor, I gently slip away behind the heavy campus door, finding a blanket of green beneath the golden fan leaves, a bright acoustic picking swaying on the lazy breeze. The distant lecture fading into just a quiet hum, letting the sweet and sleepy afternoon finally come. The yellow canopy dances, casting shadows on my face, a breathy tenor melody slowing down the frantic pace, closing my heavy eyelids to a velvet lush reverb, finding a warm sanctuary I don't want to disturb. Oh, I am napping under the ancient Ginkgo tree, floating adrift inside a warm and golden sea, the dappled sunlight strumming like a lazy guitar string, a peaceful campus memory where the softest breezes sing, trading a complicated world for a gentle healing sleep, a beautiful and quiet weekend promise I will keep. My canvas backpack makes a pillow on the emerald ground, the rushing of the students is a softly muffled sound, a fluttering descent of yellow painting up the sky, the most forgiving hour simply floating gently by. I let my busy worries melt into the roots below, embracing all the quiet that this resting place can show. The yellow canopy dances, casting shadows on my face, a breathy tenor melody slowing down the frantic pace, closing my heavy eyelids to a velvet lush reverb, finding a warm sanctuary I don't want to disturb. Oh, I am napping under the ancient Ginkgo tree, floating adrift inside a warm and golden sea, the dappled sunlight strumming like a lazy guitar string, a peaceful campus memory where the softest breezes sing, trading a complicated world for a gentle healing sleep, a beautiful and quiet weekend promise I will keep.
leaving the city lines behind to chase a wilder spark. A bright acoustic picking by the crackling cedar wood. We sang until our voices broke, believing that we could hold the rushing era in the grip of clumsy hands. Two inexperienced lovers dreaming on the rural lands. A breathy tenor carrying the laughter of the night. We fed the hungry kindling just to keep the shadows bright. Every flying ember was a promise we would make, a sweet and foolish endlessness we swore we'd never break. Oh, we were watching the sparks from the campfire rise, painting a burning constellation in your eyes. The glowing red ashes dancing wild and free, a fleeting beautiful youth for you and me. Wrapped in a lush river and a velvety embrace, believing our clumsy love would never leave this place. The timber popped and hissed into the chilly midnight air. I caught a flicker of the firelight woven in your hair. A warm nostalgic melody was floating from the strings. We didn't know the fragility of temporary things, just soaking in the radiance of a newly lit desire, feeding our teenage certainty straight into the fire. A breathy tenor carrying the laughter of the night. We fed the hungry kindling just to keep the shadows bright. Every flying ember was a promise we would make, a sweet and foolish endlessness we swore we'd never break. Oh, we were watching the sparks from the campfire rise, painting a burning constellation in your eyes. The glowing red ashes dancing wild and free, a fleeting beautiful youth for you and me. Wrapped in a lush river and a velvety embrace, believing our clumsy love would never leave this place.
We played the strings until the street lamps started to hum, waiting on the frozen concrete for the midnight transit to come. The quiet sidewalk shared our final fading tune, underneath the pale and hazy halo of the moon. You tucked your freezing fingertips right inside my coat, swallowing the goodbye trapped inside my throat. A gentle picking melody lingering in the chill, while the sleeping avenues are beautifully still. We weave our palms together, afraid to break the hold. A sudden rush of warmth against the shivering cold. Oh, here come the yellow headlights of the last bus, cutting through the heavy dark to finally find us. A pair of glowing eyes washing over the empty street, making this reluctant parting beautifully sweet. A breathy tenor holding on to your fading touch, loving this late night waiting just a little too much. I hear the distant rumble echoing down the lane, a heavy engine washing out the acoustic refrain. The blinding golden circle sweeping over your face, freezing this lovely second in an endless grace. We squeeze a little tighter as the air breaks side, wishing we could ignore the metal pulling by. A gentle picking melody lingering in the chill, while the sleeping avenues are beautifully still. We weave our palms together, afraid to break the hold. A sudden rush of warmth against the shivering cold. Oh, here come the yellow headlights of the last bus, cutting through the heavy dark to finally find us. A pair of glowing eyes washing over the empty street, making this reluctant parting beautifully sweet. A breathy tenor holding on to your fading touch, loving this late night waiting just a little too much.
The mellow piano hums a soothing autumn tune beneath the quiet glow of a hazy harvest moon. I remember wrestling with the heavy copper wire, pushing through the aching for a beautiful desire, trading my tender skin for a rugged kind of grace, just to sing a single melody to your face. My trembling voice might occasionally break, but listen to the honest sacrifice I had to make. A natural devotion, completely unrefined, leaving all my softer and easier days behind. Oh, look at the calluses on my fingertips, before the romantic confession ever leaves my lips. These hardened ridges are a diary of my care, hours of pressing strings a breathy velvet tone, but these rough and heavy hands are yours alone. The lush reverb carries every little mistake, but I wouldn't hide a single stumble that I make. I rub my fingers raw against the stubborn steel, hoping you could understand exactly how I feel. A sincere emotional offering, born in the dark, leaving a permanent and undeniable mark. My trembling voice might occasionally break, but listen to the honest sacrifice I had to make. A natural devotion, completely unrefined, leaving all my softer and easier days behind. Oh, look at the calluses on my fingertips before the romantic confession ever leaves my lips. These hardened ridges are a diary of my care, hours of pressing strings just to show you I am there. It's an awkward serenade with a breathy velvet tone, but these rough and heavy hands are yours alone.
The professor's drone is fading in the heavy afternoon, a mellow piano playing like a lazy quiet tune. I quietly rip a corner from my spiral-bound page and scribble a silly secret for my personal stage. Sitting in the back row, waiting for the perfect breeze to send my little message through the academic seas. A smooth and breathy whisper hiding in the gray. No complicated logic, just a boy who wants to play. I crease the college paper into fragile little wings, imagining the laughter that this tiny vessel brings. Oh, my folded paper airplanes flying through the hall, gliding past the wooden benches, answering the call. A tender soaring arc across the dusty autumn light, aiming for your shoulder in a slow and graceful flight. A sincere and romantic journey, navigating the air, carrying my heart to the girl with the sunlit hair. The lush reverb is echoing the ticking of the clock, while I watch my silent pilot carefully undock. You are sitting in the front, staring at the dreary board, unaware of the treasure that my messy handwriting stored. A gentle pitch variation in my nervous beating chest, hoping that this quiet joke is better than the rest. A smooth and breathy whisper hiding in the gray. No complicated logic, just a boy who wants to play. I crease the college paper into fragile little wings, imagining the laughter that this tiny vessel brings. Oh, my folded paper airplanes flying through the hall, gliding past the wooden benches, answering the call. A tender soaring arc across the dusty autumn light, aiming for your shoulder in a slow and graceful flight. A sincere and romantic journey, navigating the air, carrying my heart to the girl with the sunlit hair.
Three silver coins dropping in the rusted slot, a mellow piano playing, warming up the spot. A paper cup descends into the glowing tray, chasing the bitter chill of the late season away. We huddle closer on this narrow iron seat, waiting for the nutty brew to bring the heat. A breathy velvet vocal cutting through the cold, a modest little story beautifully unrolled. Our shivering hands wrapped around the fragile rim, while the frozen streetlights slowly grow dim. Oh, watch the steam from the vending machine rise, reflecting all the tender secrets in your eyes. A soothing cup of warm and roasted sweet grain, sheltering our beating hearts from any pain. A sincere and honest whisper in the frosty air, the absolute warmest moment we could ever share. We don't need a fancy parlor or a burning grate, just a natural conversation on a quiet date, sharing tiny sips and laughing at a clumsy joke, hidden in a cloud of sweet and sugary smoke. The lush reverb of the night, catching every word, the most romantic melody I have ever heard. A breathy velvet vocal cutting through the cold, a modest little story beautifully unrolled. Our shivering hands wrapped around the fragile rim, while the frozen streetlights slowly grow dim. Oh, watch the steam from the vending machine rise, reflecting all the tender secrets in your eyes. A soothing cup of warm and roasted sweet grain, sheltering our beating hearts from any pain. fading in the winter night.
I had a head full of rhymes, but holes in my shoes. No silver to spend on a six-string muse. An older friend handed me a battered old frame with scratches and dents that I couldn't name. A bright mellow piano starts to play along as I touch the borrowed wood to find my song. It wasn't my name on the faded spruce, but it offered a warm and tender truce. A breathy velvet vocal starts to swell, pulling magic from the hollow wooden bell. I'll listen to the echoes from a borrowed guitar, catching a melody like a falling star. I didn't own the timber, I didn't buy the wood, but it resonated deeper than a rich man could. A sincere emotional offering, born in the grain, singing my brightest youth through the gentle rain. The varnish was peeling around the curved side, but it became the place where my secrets would hide. Plucking the nylon with a natural shaky pitch, feeling like an artist who was suddenly rich. A soothing companion for a penniless boy, turning my empty room into a palace of joy. It wasn't my name on the faded spruce, but it offered a warm and tender truce. A breathy velvet vocal starts to swell, pulling magic from the hollow wooden bell. I'll listen to the echoes from a borrowed guitar, catching a melody like a falling star. I didn't own the timber, I didn't buy the wood, but it resonated deeper than a rich man could. A sincere emotional offering, born in the grain, singing my brightest youth through the gentle rain. A lush river fading into the autumn haze, thanking that borrowed friend for my greatest days. Smooth male vocals whisper to the hollow chest, of all the instruments I held, you were the best.
The hallway's quiet in the golden autumn haze, walking to the studio in a nervous, quiet daze. A bright mellow piano echoes in my beating chest, putting my frightened, breathless courage to the test. My fingers wrap around the heavy, cold brass ring, praying that you're inside, waiting in the wing. A natural pitch variation in the sigh I try to hide, slowly turning the metal, wondering who is inside. The heavy lock surrenders with a gentle, rusty sound, the most romantic threshold that I have ever found. Oh, turning the brass doorknob into a brand new world, where a vintage vinyl melody is beautifully unfurled. The needle hits the groove with a warm, nostalgic hiss, and your sudden shining smile hits me like a kiss. A breathy velvet vocal pouring through the open space, a cinematic autumn moment frozen on your face. The broadcasting room is bathed in a tender amber glow. I stand completely still, with nowhere else to go. Smooth male vocal spinning from the turntable platter. Every other worry suddenly ceases to matter. You look up from the records with a welcoming soft light, making everything inside this clumsy heart feel right. A natural pitch variation in the sigh I try to hide, slowly turning the metal, wondering who is inside. The heavy lock surrenders with a gentle, rusty sound, the most romantic threshold that I have ever found. Oh, turning the brass doorknob into a brand new world, where a vintage vinyl melody is beautifully unfurled. The needle hits the groove with a warm, nostalgic hiss, and your sudden shining smile hits me like a kiss. A breathy velvet vocal pouring through the open space, a cinematic autumn moment frozen on your face.
A mellow piano plays against the morning chill, racing the clock up the heavy, slanted hill. My lungs were burning in the golden early light, trying to keep your distant silhouette in sight. A breathy velvet vocal chasing down the time, just a foolish boy committed to the daily climb. The gradient was harsh, the autumn air was cold, but those frantic mornings were a story to be told. A natural devotion in the rhythm of my pace, just to see the morning sun illuminate your face. Oh, leaving footprints on the steep hill of my youth, a breathless journey for a simple, honest truth. Smooth male vocals rising in the quiet morning dew. Every exhausted step was just a path to you. A sincere and soothing memory painted in my mind, the most devoted trails that I will ever leave behind. Never caught up to the rhythm of your stride, but walking right behind you was my secret pride. The lush reverb of the distant campus bell ringing through the valley like a magic golden spell. I didn't mind the aching in my weary trembling feet, because this uphill struggle felt so beautifully sweet. The gradient was harsh, the autumn air was cold, but those frantic mornings were a story to be told. Natural devotion in the rhythm of my pace, just to see the morning sun illuminate your face. Oh, leaving footprints on the steep hill of my youth, a breathless journey for a simple, honest truth. Smooth male vocals rising in the quiet morning dew. Every exhausted step was just a path to you. A sincere and soothing memory painted in my mind, the most devoted trails that I will ever leave behind. Massive spine resting heavy on my knees, lost inside a forest of 1,000 fragile leaves. A mellow piano guides the quiet afternoon, while fluorescent ink glows like a tiny neon moon. I'm supposed to find the meaning of a foreign word, but my academic focus is completely blurred. I peek above the cover just to catch your eye, a natural and nervous, beautifully shy reply. The translations blur together in the autumn light, because your smiling profile is my favorite sight. Oh, flipping the heavy dictionary page by page, a rustling rhythm on a quiet, dusty stage. Swish, flutter goes the paper in the gentle air, a breathy velvet chorus floating towards your chair. I can't translate the feelings
feelings beating in my chest. So I let the soothing whisper of the pages do the rest.
A smooth male vocal humming down the wooden aisle, measuring the distance of your captivating smile. My thumb releases chapters in a sudden cascade, a symphony of paper in the corner we have made.
Who needs a proper lexicon to understand this grace, when the only definition that I want is on your face? I peek above the cover just to catch your eye, a natural and nervous, beautifully shy reply. The translations blur together in the autumn light, because your smiling profile is my favorite sight. Oh, flipping the heavy dictionary page by page, a rustling rhythm on a quiet, dusty stage. Swish, flutter goes the paper in the gentle air, a breathy velvet chorus floating towards your chair. I can't translate the feelings beating in my chest, so I let the soothing whisper of the pages do the rest. The professor's lecture fades to a static hum, a mellow piano playing like a gentle drum. I press a simple ballpoint to the rigid white, tracing the curve of your jaw. In the autumn light, the printed semester schedule drifts into space as I map the quiet geography of your face. A breathy velvet vocal whispers in the room, while navy blue ink begins to gently bloom. It's a clumsy illustration of a perfect view, a silent private masterpiece, consisting just of you. Oh, making sketches on the syllabus today, while the heavy formal theories slowly wash away. A smooth male vocal carrying my tender lines, hiding all my affection in these rough designs. No auto-tune to fix this honest, shaky art, just a raw and faithful drawing from a beating heart. The lush reverb echoes off the ceiling beam, while I capture your eyelashes in a waking dream, shading the gentle shadow falling on your cheek, speaking a language that a textbook cannot speak. A natural pitch variation in my steady hand, building a romantic world that only we understand. A breathy velvet vocal whispers in the room, while navy blue ink begins to gently bloom. It's a clumsy illustration of a perfect view, a silent private masterpiece, consisting just of you. Oh, making sketches on the syllabus today, while the heavy formal theories slowly wash away. A smooth male vocal carrying my tender lines, hiding all my affection in these rough designs. No auto-tune to fix this honest, shaky art, just a raw and faithful drawing from a beating heart.
The midday sun is pouring on the open square, a bright mellow piano floating in the air. We walk together on the sunlit paving stones, leaving behind the heavy and demanding tones. The bronze bell wakes and echoes from the towering spire, setting this carefree golden afternoon on fire. Our silhouettes are shrinking right beneath our shoes, hiding away the morning's complicated blues. A breathy velvet vocal catching every chime, lost in the magic of a transparent time. Oh, the shadows of the clock tower disappear, leaving a perfectly illuminated atmosphere. We step on our outlines in the radiant light, where every single worry simply takes its flight. A smooth male Vulcan sky, watching the most beautiful and peaceful moments fly. A natural pitch variation in my steady hum, moving in sync without the beating of a drum. The lush reverb is dancing on the cobblestone, knowing that neither of us walks this path alone. We laugh as the chimes declare the middle of the day, washing the anxious, heavy yesterdays away. Our silhouettes are shrinking right beneath our shoes, hiding away the morning's complicated blues. A breathy velvet vocal catching every chime, lost in the magic of a transparent time. Oh, the shadows of the clock tower disappear, leaving a perfectly illuminated atmosphere. We step on our outlines in the radiant light, where every single worry simply takes its flight. A smooth male Vulcan sky, watching the most beautiful and peaceful moments fly.
chromatic ribbon stretched and lost its gentle pace. A bright, mellow piano fading in this quiet space. I hold the plastic shell and grab my everyday pen to physically bring our favorite melody back again. A manual devotion on a peaceful autumn day, taking the time to save the chords we used to play. I twist the plastic barrel through the center of the wheel, a breathy velvet vocal humming just to match the feel. It's a slow and clumsy circle, a deliberate kind of art, winding up the tangled strings that tie into my heart. Oh, rewinding the tape with a pen in my hand, a tender, soothing ritual only we could understand. To fix the music, no automatic spin, just a smooth male vocal waiting where the memories begin. We built our analog romance on a slow, intentional turn, gathering the warm, nostalgic lessons that we learned. The lush reverb is resting while the tiny spools rotate. I never mind the effort, and I never mind the weight. A natural pitch variation when the song comes back to life. A sincere emotional rescue cutting through the strife. The subtle little tape hiss is a promise that I keep, a quiet and peaceful rhythm singing us to sleep. I twist the plastic barrel through the center of the wheel, a breathy velvet vocal humming just to match the feel. It's a slow and clumsy circle, a deliberate kind of art, winding up the tangled strings that tie into my heart. Oh, rewinding the tape with a pen in my hand, a tender, soothing ritual only we could understand. To fix the music, no automatic spin, just a smooth male vocal waiting where the memories begin. We built our analog romance on a slow, intentional turn, gathering the warm, nostalgic lessons that we learned.